jungle of love. Jungle of love.
My friends and I, we left in the morning so that we can reach the water park as soon as it opens, because that's when the rush is gonna be the least. Oh yeah, I should probably introduce you guys to like everyone who's here. Everyone knows Komil, she's always here. The one who was generous enough to bring us fruities is Arnav.
Vitamin A is 0.00.
And lastly, we have Kabir, who is wearing this very interesting t-shirt at the
The future is now. It's the present.
I thought that was funny, but it's fine. It is funny. We reached our main destination, which was the water park, and we were excited to see that somehow we had landed up in Paris. It was cool to see the night show. We were literally here last year and we were back now. They kind of have like organized these shuttle buses which takes you from the theme park to the water park. Once we finally reached there, we made sure to change as quickly as possible, get as possible, multiple, and basically be ready for a fun day. And then the panic began. I basically bought this a literal pouch from Amazon for like 300 rupees. It said that it's waterproof, and then I just decided to put all of my trust in it. And once I was there, then I started to panic that, oh my god, I have a really expensive phone, and if something genuinely happens to it, I am not gonna have a phone until literally the day I die.
So we're gonna do some water testing on this pouch.
There were 3 levels to this test. The first test was simple. I just had to walk under this. And I did, and guess what? No drop of water was inside. Level 2 was basically to getting through all of the kids' slides. There were like 3 of them, and we ended up doing 2 out of those. First slide that we went on was this green one, which was a straightforward slide, and we really realized why it was a kids' slide. It was just a slide, but like a little wet. Level 3 was basically, this was a little crazy because we were advised to sleep like this. But the issue was I wanted to film, so one of my hands was not gonna be in this position, but it was still a kids ride, so I was like, whatever, let's do it. And the phone case successfully passed all 3 levels. The first official slide that we really wanted to try out was this wavy one, which you could ride with your friends, so 2 people went at the same time. While I was waiting in the line is when I realized a really big predicament that I was facing. My nail was breaking, and I was terrified because I was scared it's gonna like get caught somewhere and then blood is gonna gush everywhere. That was another thing that I had to worry about the whole day. The ride was simple. You just go with your friend and you slide down, and then you drop in the water below. I went with Kabir. The ride started really normally, but then I accelerated at like twice the rate at he did, and he was coming from the back, and he thought, holy shit, I need to accelerate myself, and then he did to kind of like slow myself down. I did one of these classic moments which just maneuvered and changed my direction, so now I was center stage, but he stayed on track. I fell in the water first. As I was still underwater trying to come up, he slammed in my neck. Like he literally went over me and then he dropped in the water. That was traumatic. My neck was hurting so bad the next day because it took me like a moment to realize that I could have died here, maybe. The next slide, it was this loopy-loop kind of a thing, but this one unfortunately was kind of just like a 1-person ride, so no one out of us was gonna go together, meaning I was safe and Kabir could not help me. The ride, it was cool. It wasn't, I wouldn't say it was like amazing because it was still kind of like the mid-tier kind of a ride over there, you know. And then one by one, all monkeys fell. The thing about the big rides was that they all kind of had like weighing machine over there, and I was like, this is not gonna end well for me. The nail at this point, it wasn't doing well. It was doing worse than before, but it was still sturdy, so I still had hopes of it like staying put until I go home that night and then clip it. But yes, the line to this ride, it was incredibly long, and we saw this lifeguard over there whose name was Bablu, and I think he was a Chad personally, so that was really cool. Before we knew it, the long ride, it was behind us, and we were the ones who were going to go in this ride.
Yeah.
After which, we basically went to the wave pool. It was just too much, and I just wanted to be in the moment, so I didn't film any of that, but it was just your standard wave pool. Then we decided to do one of these basic-ish rides, but it was 2 people per ride kind of a thing, and because Kabir almost killed me the last time, I was paranoid to go with him again, so this time I decided to go with Arna. The ride in itself was really short, but it was fun. After which, we were kind of like bored of standing in the line for so long, so then we just decided to go to the lazy river, which thank God did not have any line at all. The lazy river was anything but lazy. Because people had so much time on their hands, people were more chaotic in the river than they were on like the actual scary rides. There was this one cute kid who kept asking everyone if they wanted help. If they said yes, then he would just flip them in the water. And I've heard that many people were victims that day, including an elderly couple. But inspired by these little boys, my friends suddenly had an urge to flip me in the water as well. It was, I think, around like 1:30 or like 2ish p.m. at this point, and we were starving. So we decided to basically get 2 of these Chinese platters. I don't know why they served it so messily, but yeah, the taste was incredible, so I guess we didn't really care about it much. Because we had like just kind of ate and we just wanted to chill a bit, we went on another ride of Lazy River, because if we would have went on like a crazy ride right after, I'm pretty sure we would have like thrown up. We went on that kind of like basic ride again with 2 people. This time I went with Gomil and the boys went together. We were standing in the ride of Twisty Turny, and then the woman. Excuse me, this ride is only for people whose weight is above 50 kgs. And I was like, did you have to say that in front of everyone else? Somehow she could just look at me and she was like, yeah, you're not eligible for this. I felt like a 6-year-old kid who's being denied of a ride because they are too short, and then being told, oh, it's okay, you can come the next year. So then I decided I'm gonna throw Arnav under the bus. So then I did, and I told her even he isn't. Now I kind of feel bad for Arnav, but actually I don't, because listen what happened next, okay? The both of us, we decided to go on this ride called Raftastic. Because it was just the 2 of us and this ride required 3 people, we just got to skip the whole line with this other person. The ride itself, it was pretty cool. It was chill, but it was interesting enough to the point where we went there again, a second time. After we finished the second ride is when I got a call from Kabir asking us, hey guys, where are you? Meet us at the pool for another round of wave pool. Once we met there is when we realized that their ride got cancelled because the conveyor belt, which kind of brings the floaties back from the bottom to the top, it malfunctioned or something and it stopped working, so the ride is closed. So technically Arnav entirely benefited me throwing him under the bus. I think we should all ignore the bad part of this story and just focus on the outcome, which was entirely positive. The next ride on our agenda was this ride called Screamer. This was a 3-person ride, but because we were 4 people, we decided to break up into teams of 2 and go with a stranger each. Screamer was fine. It definitely did not make me scream, but it was a very cool ride, I would say for sure. Because Arnav and I were the only ones who had so much fun on Raftastic, we decided to take Gomil and Kabir with us as well. The boys went together with a stranger, and as girls we went together with a stranger who was also a girl. My nail at this time, thank you for asking, not doing well. Arnav at this point was being a scared boy and he was like, oh, I don't like the ones with the drops. So then we tricked him into standing in the ride of the funnel ride, the one with the drop. This was going to be our last ride for the day because we had to get home again, and at this point some rides were also shutting down. What are the odds that while we were there, Komal met her long lost twin, which she was separated from in a carnival. Komal and Komal 2.0 kind of had like a really nice emotional reunion.
I'm gonna fall backward.
Naire!
Oh shit! Fuck!
Oh my god, it was filming the whole time! Yup!
Then we did the last round of wave pool, and what are the odds? We met Bablu again, the Chad. He was helping little kids survive. I think we all should be a Bablu one day. You know those carnival games which all amusement parks have, and people just give a shit ton of money and they win nothing? But I saw these beautiful, cute little puppers, and I was like, I want it. The game was simple. You kind of have to just put the hook of the stick in the neck of the bottle and basically make it completely stand. The boys found a video on YouTube which basically showed us how to win the game. So after looking at that video twice, we thought we were educated enough to basically give it a go.
Yeah. Let's go, Arnav! And I'll just lift it the way he did. That was...
Put it on the thing, don't. No. We watched the video, guys. We wasted 300 rupees.
This was the quickest we had lost 300 rupees, to say the least. The nail at this point, it was a goner. It had completely ripped off, but thankfully not in such a manner that it bled. And now, this is the new size of the nails.
Now we have arrived at Paris again, and yes, I think that marks the end of this beautiful, beautiful day, don't you think? Not one, but two. 3 Parises in town, ladies and gents.
Thank you so much for watching this video. See you next week. Subscribe if you want to. And if you liked this video, thank you so much. And yeah, peace.